Dogecoin holders, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. It's been quite some time since we spoke about Dogecoin, but a lot of people want to see a Dogecoin update, and I decided, what, let's take a look at Dogecoin together and understand what's happening and, of course, what we could be expecting. Just let me know in the comments, pause the video, hit that red subscribe button, and of course, if you have not done so already, like the video and let me know in the comments if you want to see more of these Dogecoin updates. But looking across the board, we're seeing the market picking up traction once again. Doge up 2.5% on a weekly time frame. We are seeing a little bit of a retracement. Of course, a dominance has gone up quite a bit over the last few days, and of course that is the key reason why you're actually seeing some coins obviously down, because Bitcoin's on the verge of breaking towards an all-time high. So profit taking is happening, believe it or not, and shifting back into Bitcoin. But if you're looking at it on a monthly time frame, Doge is up 44.9%, with the price currently sitting at 23.2 cents, also up 1.3% in Bitcoin comparative valuation at 34.7 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about 2.1 billion dollars. Nice stuff to see, of course, and these numbers are something that we would expect for the king of the meme coin market. That's literally it, right? So before we get into any further, though, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So let's take a look at the broader meme coin market first. Understand what's really happening with the broader meme coin market. It's up 3%. I mentioned this in my Pepe update, depending on which update you see before. But you're looking at memes really picking up steam once again, despite dominance picking up, and you do tend to see times where you see meme coins really keeping up with Bitcoin momentum, even if dominance is going up. We saw something similar happening at the beginning of the year and also last year as well. And even if you saw early last year, something similar happened to meme coins specifically. And right now, you're starting to see memes really showing strength for themselves. And you're looking at Dogecoin obviously up 2.4%, which again is kind of standard. But it's keeping up with the overall momentum. But look at it from this perspective. The entire valuation is $75.8 billion for the entire meme coin market. Dogecoin makes a huge chunk of that. I've said this 1,000 times. Reason why meme coin market even exists is because of Dogecoin's existence. So I think it's going to be the leader, for forever for the meme coins. I think it's going to be treated like BTC. Maybe you might see one or two coin come and kind of battle it out with Doge, but in the long term, I just don't see Dogecoin being taken over. Let me know in the comments if you agree with that or not. Even though I am a fan of some other meme coins over Dogecoin, but just because it has that first mover advantage, it is, I think, really the king of the meme coin market. So if you're looking at the Bitcoin dominance here, guys, you guys can see this for yourself. Again, I have said this 1,000 times, but I'll say it again because, of course, we're talking about Dogecoin after a while. We have seen quite a big, sharp, increase for the dominance over the last few days, which again is to be expected, because if you're looking at BTC right now, Bitcoin is knocking on the door for the all-time high. You can see for yourself, we actually retested almost $108,000 just a few hours back, and BTC is about to smash past this key resistance that we saw back in December, which was the new all-time high at that time. Then we retested the 23.6, and then boom, once again a new all-time high. And here we have it. We're starting to see Bitcoin really pushing towards the upside, and I think we could see an all-time high in the very, very near future. I would say the next few days we could see this happening. I am expecting a little bit of a rejection once we retest it, but very, very nice setup that we're seeing. But if you're looking at Dogecoin right now, as far as the price is concerned, what's really, really interesting here, I've emphasized this on my channel before, especially if you watch my updates around this level. But what's really interesting here for Dogecoin is the fact that even though we are seeing a major retracement, we saw a major retracement for the entire market. This is normal in a bull market, believe it or not. But what's really interesting here is the fact that Doge never left below the 78.6. Yes, we saw a retest below it, but we never saw the price hanging below the 78.6 for too long, and that is really, really impressive because, of course, below this, believe it or not, is the bear market zone. Below this is the bear market zone. As we know, I've discussed this for the longest time. Here, let's take a look at it so I can give you guys a little bit of a better understanding as to what I really mean. We saw the price, guys, stay, below this 78.6 zone, for 812 days, guys. 812 days, below this, and that was the bear market cycle. And then, obviously breaking out of here was that pivotal moment back in March of last year, as I stated earlier. But you saw that major parabolic move into the 38.2 fib retest just last December. Nice, correction for meme. Again, it's a meme coin. It doesn't really have a use case. It's all a supply and demand hype factor. So you really need to have your timing accurate. At the end of the day, no one can really, tell you if this is the top or, this is going to be a retracement or bottom, whatever the case may be. We can make educated guesses, but you want to lock in profits. If you're sitting at too much profits, you don't want to just leave them on the table, because think about it from here. From August, you did see, if you purchased it last August, you saw, Dogecoin go up 410%. Imagine no one sold. You literally round trip it back down almost to where you started off. So very, very important to lock in profits. But let's take a look at what happened. So on April 7th, obviously, we retested the 12.93 cents price point. Since then, Doge is up 99%. And we're talking about the largest meme coin in the crypto space. So that itself is a very, very nice move, in my opinion, for Dogecoin. So anyone that's going to come out and say, Doge hasn't done anything, I really want to see your argument over this. But looking at where the price is, of course, we're sitting back above this key resistance. Very important. We actually did end up closing above this range, have been accumulating within that level over the last few days. But, the target is the 61.8 that we need to be targeting. The 61.8 is where things really start getting exciting, because, that last time we were there was at the beginning of Feb. And I think, the sky's the limit for Dogecoin right now. But the 61.8 is a target that I'm really eyeing right now, especially the fact that we are back above this key resistance. You can see this for yourself. We are back above this key resistance, but this is the level that I'm keeping an eye out on. Obviously, it's having a little bit of a hard time breaking out of the 25.8 cents price point. Let's take a look at that and see where that really is. You can see this for yourself. That is a resistance, obviously dating back specifically to 2021 levels. And obviously, we did have this support back in, December of last year as well at that exact same support. But now that is playing as a resistance. As you can see, we tested right almost at that neckline, saw a rejection, but so far so good. Really liking what I'm seeing here for Doge. And I am expecting, the 61.8 to be that next retest after we break out of this key resistance. That itself is a level we haven't been above since the beginning of Feb, as I've said earlier. But so far, so good. Really like what I'm seeing here in terms of us reaching a new yearly high. Obviously, believe it or not, I think, yes, so yearly high for us, we would need a move of, you could say, about 87.36% from where we currently are. Believe it or not, when money comes into the crypto markets, it can come in fast. This is a perfect example. Look at this. We saw this happen in just a short span of time. And, I think things are going to heat up once again. But, we're going to take it one step at a time. Let me know down below what you guys think. If you want to see more of these Dogecoin updates, you guys know what to do. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.